Alright, we're back. Hmm. Let's
What the heck? I need a verification code. What's good, peoples? Oh, come on, are you serious? I'm just trying to fucking make an account, you sluts. This is so stupid. You should be able to just fucking use it. You shouldn't need shit like this. This is where it gets depressing. Well, go away from my buddy.
Welcome to watch Creality Print 6.0 User Guide Tutorial video. This video will show you how to make your first print using the software. 1. Software installation and initial setup. Installation. Download and install Creality Print 6.0 from the official website. Upon first launch, the printer model selection window will appear. Printer configuration. Select your printer model from the list. For multi-nozzle configurations, click the plus icon to add additional nozzle diameters. Confirm settings by clicking Confirm. 2. Printer connection. To control your printer via the software, e.g., sending print jobs or adjusting settings, establish a connection using one of the following methods. Method A. Creality Cloud account recommended. Ensure your printer is bound to a Creality Cloud account.
What'd you do that
Log
for?
into the same account within Creality Print 6.0. The software will automatically detect your printer's LAN IP and establish a connection. You can see the logos of Creality Cloud and LAN here. In this way, when sending and printing, you can choose to use the LAN or the Creality Cloud according to the actual scenario. LAN mode, used when the printer and computer are on the same network. Creality Cloud Mode for remote printing across different networks. Method B, manual connection. Option 1, scan to add. Ensure the printer and computer are on the same LAN. Click scan to add to auto-detect available devices. Select your printer and confirm. Creality Cloud Mode for remote printing across different networks. Method B.
Alright, for all that. What a headache. Are you kidding me?
Oh man, what a rabbit hole I thought about.
Alright. Use the Creality Cloud app to scan the code to log in. Default entry upon lock. Explore. Device is okay. Bind Creality. Already bound to Creality account. Using the page account. No. Welcome to the self-check process. Check the print bed is seated on the build plate. The self-check process is expected to take around 15 minutes. Do not touch the printing during self-checking. Alright, tap here to toggle between devices. Tap here. The device settings, private. Oh, got it. Alright, states that it does need a firmware update, but we'll do that after. Real close to this. Color calibration. Put shaping. input shape. Interesting. Stop making noise. Very interesting. What? That shit's vibrating like a motherfucker. There. Before we update, or before we do anything with the CFS, we put film and then we update the firmware. Does this happen? I'm assuming this doesn't do it every time we turn it on. Ooh, we're getting somewhere. We're in auto level. That's the white. Oh, that's what those are. Extra white things. Clean this up. And the leveling continues. Getting somewhere. Auto left wing's almost up. Self check complete. Yeah, bitches. Okay. Discovered. New version of the printer. Current version 1.1.2.6. Latest version 1.1.2.10. 122.66 megabytes. Firmware update notices fixed known issues to improve user experience. Parts split. Download. Downloading. We are now updating the firmware. That's a cool birthday. Yep, looks like she's done. She's updating. Boom, 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 boom. Hmm. His dad's actually coming over to take lessons. Period. He'll be running it from here on out. Period. He's gonna steal it from us to make fishing lures. Just saying. Oh, that's funny. Where we getting? Where we getting? Getting somewhere. After the upgrade, please recalibrate before starting the printing test. Okay. So, the self-check process is expected to take about 6 months. Cutter calibration, input shaping. Should we do everything? Can we check everything? Measure the optimal belt tension, activity adjust to the best state, and performs cutter calibration. Doing everything. So it's another 15 minutes. What is input? Measures the printer's optimal resonance frequency, applies vibration suppression. I'm going for the whole shebang. Oh, belt tensioning on it. Do we have to do the auto level? Fuck it. Doing the whole thing. 15 minutes. Ship it. Getting ready for their New York trip. Auto leveling definitely takes some time. Hmm. That's how I picked up music back then. A little bit that it was. Going through a calibration. After that, we gotta load the filament inside the CFS. Big question is, what should we print first? Pretty much setting it up for my buddy to be able to print speaker tops. I'm thinking we leave them a big ol' what? What should we leave them? Some big old titties hanging out. Or he walks in and opens up to a pecker. That would be hilarious. Leave the stream up and running for when he comes in to check out his first print. say, Creality makes some pretty cool stuff out there. They got a new 3D scanner that's not that expensive. Well, still pricey, but not as expensive as the ones that are out there. Oh, that's funny. Highlight. Oh, cool. Julie, highlight, Julie. Really cool looking. Cool LiDAR action going on. I think it's AI, I don't know what it is even better. We got the screen bot. Screen usually will tell us what's going on. Far along there. We're in cutter calibration mode. Just finished belt tension. So we should only have 7 minutes left. 67 minutes left. I can see that in action. Go to YouTube. Alright, okay. In-depth review.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Hoffman Engineering. Today we're diving into the Creality Otter Lite, a wireless-focused 3D scanner designed for hobbyists, makers, and creators who want pro-level scanning without the pro-level price tag. Creality has taken the wildly successful Otter 3D scanner and reimagined it as a streamlined, mobile-first device. Whether you're capturing tiny resin miniatures or full-size cars, the Otter Lite promises detailed results in a truly mobile package. But does it live up to the hype? After a month of hands-on testing, I've got the answers. The good, the bad, and everything in between. So let's unbox it, scan with it, and see if it really earns a spot on your workbench. Before we begin, this Otter Lite was provided for me to review by Creality. As with all of my reviews, they aren't paying me for this review, and everything I say is my own honest opinion after using this scanner for the last month. My videos do have affiliate links in the description, so if you're interested in anything you see in my videos, from scanners to accessories, you can use those links to help support my channel. We appreciate it. The Otter Light comes in a nice hard-backed carrying case. It has a fabric exterior with a carrying handle at the top and 2 zippers securing it. Opening it up, we see mesh pouches holding the accessories in place. The main section has everything nicely bagged. First is the Creality Owl statue, which they include with all.
Now, I don't know if you can hear the machine, but it starts to make crazy noises because it's supposed to be the anti-vibration cancellation. Why? Shut the music off. I think you can really hear it. We'll kick the music back on. Sorry, it's so boring. It's so popular. Actually, boom, boom. Let's see this. There's the what?
All of their scanners. It has lots of detail to let you test out the scanner's capabilities. Next up is the light bridge. This handle is what turns the Otter Light into a wireless scanner. It contains a 3400 mAh lithium battery, rechargeable via USB-C at the top. Creality claims the battery life will last 3 hours, and that seems about right with my testing. It lasted a lot longer than I was expecting. The handle has 20-watt fast charging, which Creality says will charge 80% in 1 hour. There is a 4 LED battery indicator at the bottom. The Otter Light screws onto the top of the handle, and then a magnetic clip securely holds your phone for wireless scanning. If you don't want to use the Otter Light wirelessly, then the included USB cables can be used to connect to your computer for scanning. The main cable has a USB 3.0 Type 8 connector for your computer, and a USB Type-C connector with screws to attach to the scanner. If your computer's USB ports are underpowered, you can use the second included USB cable to supply additional power. Finally, we have the Otter Light scanner itself. This is a near-infrared binocular structured light scanner, which uses an infrared projector to project a pattern onto the surface of your objects. 4 infrared sensors then detect how that pattern deforms over the surface, extracting depth information from it. That 4-lens stereo vision allows you to scan both small and large objects, which I'll dive deeper into in a bit. Near-infrared works great on a variety of surfaces, including black and metal objects without requiring scanning spray. Creality claims 0.05mm accuracy for the Otter Light, compared to the 0.02mm accuracy of the original Otter. That is still very accurate for a handheld scanner, which I'll test out in a bit. Also on the front are 2 white LEDs and an RGB camera to capture color information. The Otter Light captured 24-bit color information, claiming true-to-life colors of the objects you are scanning. Around the edges are 8 additional infrared LEDs, which will help illuminate marker dots when scanning with the markers. Creality even includes 10 sheets of both small and medium marker dots, 980 small and 500 medium dots in total, although most of the time you won't need to use markers, as the Otter Light is designed for easy-to-use markerless scanning. On the back we see physical buttons for starting and stopping a scan, and a plus and minus buttons for adjusting exposure settings. I prefer physical buttons over the capacitive buttons of the original Otter. The click of the buttons just gives you the feedback that you actually pushed it. Around the side we see the USB Type-C port with 2 screws to secure it, and on the bottom we see a 1/4-20 hole for securing to a tripod or the light bridge, and the 6 pads for connecting to the light bridge. So let's dive into the Otter Light's main feature, its wireless scanning capabilities. Screw on the Otter Light scanner onto the light bridge and press the power button. This will power the scanner and turn on a Wi-Fi 6 wireless network. You can then connect to it either from your phone or a computer, which will enable wireless scanning. The Creality Scan mobile app, available for iOS and Android, will will turn the Otter Lite into a truly wireless scanner. Slide the phone onto the included phone clip, and magnets will secure your phone onto the light bridge. It's a very strong connection. When connected to the scanner's Wi-Fi network, the Creality Scan app lets you scan and process those scans directly on your phone. The scanning experience greatly depends on what phone you have. Creality recommends 6 gigs of RAM and a processor of at least a Snapdragon 888 or an iPhone 13 with an A15 Bionic chip. I have a Pixel 7, which has 8 gigs of RAM and a Tensor G2 chip, which is roughly equivalent to the Snapdragon 888, although apparently slower for floating point operations, which scanning almost certainly makes use of. When the Creality Scan app worked, it worked well. I could consistently scan smaller objects on the phone, with 4 to 5 frames per second. However, medium or large size scans would often throw a real-time memory is exhausted error, even when I wasn't screen recording and after a fresh reboot. If you want to consistently scan medium or larger objects with your phone, you'll want a phone with more RAM. And when you complete a scan, you can either process the scan directly on your phone or send the scan to your computer for processing on more powerful hardware. The import from mobile feature did fail for me a couple of times, displaying a "this folder is empty" error. That seemed to be for scans where I ran out of memory and errored, so maybe it is only errored projects that didn't save correctly. Thankfully though, you don't need a phone for wireless scanning. You can also use your computer, and this is my favorite part of the Otter Lite. Connect your computer to the Wi-Fi Bridge's Wi-Fi network, and the Creality Scan app will seamlessly connect to the scanner. The wireless scanning experience with my laptop.
Alright, we're back. Done. Calibration. Ready? Then what? Just hit home. Screen off after 3 minutes. Creality logo, Benchy, PLA, Benchy, PLA. 21 minutes. Huh. So now we gotta load filament. Believe what we watching the film. Alright, this is everything I did, so now it's just loading filament. Alright, so he's got that set up. No, I hate the black. Here's black. Like this little vacuum here, this blue and white. White, I can just feel it out, like not all vacuum. Blue the same way, the red and black is like super colors. Never turn the lights after the final. Whoops. Comes all bent up though. This trusty toolkit that they give you. Oh, cool pair of smokes. So we'll snip that. Trim it around nicely. Okay, I fucked up already. I should have opened that shit up a little bit for the ice store. Let's try to get it out to it. Okay, somebody. No idea what's going on. It's wild. Alright, what does it know? Does it know what it is? Yeah, it knows it's PLA black. That's dope. What do they put on next? What's next? They also install non-RFID toner. Okay. So we have a non-RFID. This stuff's hyper PLA. Should we use? I don't know if we want to try it. We're either PLA Plus or a PETG or a PETG. Let's see what it likes for temperature. Oh, between 230. Turn off cooling fan from first to third layer. Alright, we're not using this yet. That's definitely special. That is special. Let's just load what they gave us. Fuck it. President. It's nice. Maybe the third one will fit. What up, homie?
Well, this smoke gonna split in two before I jump on for
I don't believe it. I don't believe you're smoking a spliff. Well, if you're watching the stream, you know what I'd be doing.
Nope.
Loading the machine up with filament. It's red. Sick.
Yeah, I think I quit watching when I went shopping. I had to go grocery shop. Yeah, one, two, 5. Yeah, normally you don't get 8. Well, no, they got 25 likes. They got 800 and some odd.
Here goes the blue. We're putting blue in there. We're putting blue in. Oh, that's so cool. Good. Really blue. One more. White there. I'm making a mess now. So what are you gonna stream again?
Yeah, probably around there. We're trying to make it by 8. But to be honest, I plan on smoking 2 more splits, so it'll probably be more like 8:15. Yeah. Yeah. The other one that I posted only got one like, but I reposted that Vader one on YouTube. Look at song. Let's see. We got 2 viewers, no likes. Yep. Oh.
That sounded weird compared to the rest. Wait, the school folder?
Here, I'll send it to you.
What was school folder?
There, I sent it to you, Theory. Sorry. You were the one that was wearing the suit.
Sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Select local mode, start thinking. Alright, let's do that. Try to get even closer. So, yeah. Let's see what this is. I wonder if I can get the inside camera. What's inside of it? Pretty warm in there. Alright, home. Local. I wonder if I can just do this real quick. Swap. Yeah, you guys can see that. If I can put that there, that'd be sick. Whoa. It's going crazy. My magnet. Threw it all off. Alright, I'm hitting print. Enable CFS, calibration. Yeah. White, black. blue, red. 34 minutes, 14 grams of shit. Oh, so it's gonna tell. Oh, that's cool. 3 grams of white. It literally tells you how much material you're gonna use per color when printing multicolor. That's dope. Alright, let's hit print. Preparing to print. Please wait. Look, there's a big old bear for you there.
Well, we'll see you in the show today. Really from Phoenix before 8:30.
Alright, I'll try to hop on. Please.
I'll be calling.
Oh. Print hasn't even started. The calibration is going first. Whoa. Ooh, starting off with the blue. I know one of you fuckers is in here. First run. What are your bets on? It's gonna work or not? Full screen, you can zoom in on YouTube. We got blue. Oh, it's actually looking pretty good. This is the first Restream. So that shit goes everywhere. Yeah, this thing shoots. Jay, you gotta build a better table. Or shape will build it. It's a waiting game. Getting our first bench in. Let's see, 14%. I didn't know what else to dare print. Pretty cool though. There's cameras inside that I can actually view. Have to figure out a way to be able to get those within stream. I know it's a lot faster than Minimac Toy Box. I think shakes. How big is the typical benching? I'm gonna switch colors. This will be the chin part. So touch it all the way up there. Gonna push the white all the way through. And then it's gonna purge. See it purges. There's a white, another purge. Something on there. Alright, you can tell. pretty sure there's some bleed still in there. I see what they mean by that.
Now, if you're watching this video, then you're probably interested in finding out how to turn your 3D printer into a money-making machine. Now, I've been selling on Etsy and eBay over the past 12 months, and I've made around $7,000 across both stores. It's not too bad for something that I just do in my spare time. Now, I'm not claiming to be an expert on the matter, I just want to share with you what I've learned along the way, and hopefully you can figure out how to do it for yourself. Now, the route that most people go down, especially when they're starting out, including myself, is you go on a website like Thingiverse, you find this really cool model, you see that it's commercially available to sell, and then you sell it. But here's the problem with that. That's what everyone else is doing. If you find a really cool 3D model online and it's commercially available, then chances are there's lots of other people already selling it. Why? Because it's way easier than making it yourself. Lots of people lack the skills that are required to make something from scratch, but it's not as difficult as you think. So how do we find 3D models that you can sell and make a profit, and you're not going to be dealing with 300 million other people to compete with? Let's take the articulated dragon, for example. These things sell like hotcakes. People absolutely love them. But as you can see, they're everywhere being sold by everyone. The people that are selling these successfully were probably the early adopters of the design and have been on the market for quite a while, making it nearly impossible for a new seller to come in and try and compete with them. And if you're a brand new seller, why would someone buy from your store when you have 0 reviews and no proven track record, when they could go and buy from a more reputable seller with thousands? So here's the question: how do you find a really popular thing to sell that people aren't already selling? Now, you could sign up to a private group where you're given brand new STLs every week for you to sell on your store as long as you stay subscribed. But that money not only eats into your profits, but you're basically paying to compete with all these other people that are already selling those same things. So here's what you can do. Find something that's selling really well and figure out how you can make it better or offer a different variation to it. And I'm not talking about just changing the color. Let's take these Dragon headphone stands for example. As you can see, there are a bunch of sellers all selling exactly the same thing. This seller has actually improved on the design by hand painting the model to not only allow him to charge a higher price, but to make it stand out from the rest by making it slightly different. And that's what we're about to get into. Now, I know that low poly stuff sells quite well. I'm currently already selling a low poly skull that you can put your hat or beret or helmet on. So I had a look through the listing and I can't actually see a low poly version of this design. So I had a look around online, found a dragon head that was commercially available, already pre-made for me, imported it into Blender, decimated the geometry, and bam, a brand new product made in the space of about 5 minutes. Now, it's important that if you are selling someone else's design, that you make sure you mention that in your listing and leave a link to the original. Also, don't make anything that is copywritten. Things like Deadpool or Star Wars Stormtroopers or anything like that. If you're going to be selling copywritten IP, then it's just going to be a matter of time until you get a cease and desist in your inbox. And yes, there are people that are selling these and they sell them for quite a while, but in the end, you're just going to be causing yourself much more heartache than you need.
Account is permanently suspended due to copyright infringement.
So the trick is just to keep things generic and safe and make sure that you're doing everything above board. Now, another great way to stand out from the crowd is to design something yourself. But what if you don't have any 3D modeling experience? Well, now is the time to learn. Now, I'm not a professional 3D modeler or engineer or anything like that. I'm terrible at math and geometry, but what I do have is access to the internet because you can learn pretty much anything you want on YouTube. It's just one search away. And if you can teach yourself 3D modeling over time, then it will make you stand out from the rest. And trust me, if I can do it, so can you. Now, I prefer to do all of my modeling in Blender, even if it's a functional part. And for functional parts, typically you want to use CAD software like Tinkercad or Fusion 360, but I've given it a shot many times and I just can't wrap my head around it. And I find that Blender gives you a lot more freedom in terms of modeling things and moving things around. Now, Blender is typically used for animation and it can make some really amazing stuff, but it also has some tools in there that allow you to make things extremely precise down to the millimeter. I've been using it since I was in high school, so I'm very familiar with it, but in the end, it just needs to be what works for you and what you understand. Learning anything is always a daunting task, but as long as you persevere and as long as you have the passion for it, then it comes as quite an enjoyable process. Now, if you really don't want to do it, then that's okay because you can pay other people to do it for you. Websites like Fiverr are great. You basically tell them what you want, you pay them, and then they give it to you. But if you want small changes and you want to adjust things, it's a very back and forth process and it can end up costing you quite a lot of money. That's why if you can learn how to do it yourself, it's free. But let's say you've just had a thought, Martin, you know what? I will learn how to 3D model and I will figure out how to create awesome stuff. What do I make? I would focus on making something that fixes a problem instead of just a toy or a decorative piece. So let's focus on making something that people need. So think about anything that annoys you and figure out if there's a way to fix it with a 3D printed device. As they say, necessity is the mother of invention. I managed to create this awesome product called the blind stopper. Basically, stops your blinds banging in the wind. The only reason that these blind stoppers exist is because I would try and sleep and my blinds would bang on the wall every single night. And I was sick of putting a book or a pillow under them. I said, I have a 3D printer. I am going to stop this from ever happening again. And so I came up with this and people love it. So I sell these in a 4-pack. It cost me about $1.50 to make all 4 of them. And I sell it for about $20. Not too bad. So walk around your house and think about things that annoy you. For example, whenever I'm using my Dyson, I have to hold that button down, and if I let it go, then the Dyson turns off. After using the vacuum cleaner for like 30 minutes, I start to get a blister on my finger and my hand cramps up and it just sucks. So I thought, I wonder if there is a 3D printed device that fixes this. And turns out there is. This means that someone has shared my frustration and come up with a solution to the problem. And there's a good chance that if something annoys you, then it probably annoys other people too. Let's take Print Farm Academy for example. Now these guys make components for a miter saw that make it easy to use, and these parts just didn't exist before. And now it's something that they sell in huge quantities. But before them, this part just didn't exist. So it's up to you to figure out what you can do to fix someone's problem. Now don't get me wrong, decorative items and toys, they sell really well, but they just don't have a practical use. It's more of a want than a need. If people want something, they get it, it's something that could be cool to have. If people need something, then they have no option other than to buy it. And that is something that you need to create. You're not relying on people's personal tastes or if they like the color or this or that. You're relying on someone's need to fix a problem. And when it comes to many sleepless nights and frustration and being tired all day because of my blinds banging, this need is extremely strong. And that's one of the reasons why these little things sell so well. So, if something annoys you, chances are it annoys other people and we need to figure out a way to fix it. And in the process, we make money. So let's find some things that annoy us. So one thing that comes to mind is the batteries that pop out of my scales in my bathroom. For some reason, I lost the battery cover. And whenever I stand on the scales, the batteries fall out and it's extremely annoying. So maybe there could be a way to make some type of universal battery cover or at least a battery cover specific for that model. And it doesn't have to stop there. You could go to your TV remote, your aircon remote, anything that has a battery.
It's your new boat. It's magic, Steve. It's magic. You haven't been learning on Geek Night how to do all these cool things? Just do it. Just go live. All I know is I can feel the thing shaking. He's got to build a better table. Obviously, he will. But it shakes. It vibrates. Dude, it's ridiculous how fast it works. I bet, if it's single color for the pot that he wants to do, I bet it takes 8 hours. Now it's changing the color, Steve. It's gonna change it to black. CFS is pretty cool. I only have the one hooked up right now. I didn't want to fuck it up. Black on your boat, boy. Comes the black whether you like it or not. Bet your ass I am. Definitely faster than the toy box, I'll tell you that. That's supposed to take 14 minutes, 14 to 16 minutes, one color. This round it took like 34 minutes, I think. My guess, it probably would have taken between a half hour, 45 minutes, I think. You need a poop bucket for all the poop. Yeah, there's your black smokestack, buddy. %. 3D Benchy. 34 minutes and 1 second. So now what's it doing? Third one? It just emptied out the filament. That's cool. Print complete. Okay. Now this is hot, supposedly. It's warm. It's warm. What do you think, Steve? You know how close I can get up with this pen. There's your boat. First print. I'm actually not really seeing any bleed. Maybe. That thing's sick. So, we should make a glow in the dark one. That would be cool. Well, There's a big, probably not. There's a big hole in the back of it. Who knows? Have fun. Thanks for hanging out for the first print, buddy. Much appreciated. All right. Sixth first print. Wow. Whoa. 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 Let's take off the initial piece. Yeah. So when I hook up a second one, would automatically go? What up, homie? I'm out. And that's gonna be a wrap. See you next time.